Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is the Prince of FNAF, and if you're new here, please consider subscribing and also be sure to hit that notification bell. That way, you'll indeed be notified for any awesome videos like this in the future. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's me, the Prince of FNAF, starting off with a new thing I like to call slashercast. And I'm here with Liam Sterling,
What's up,
the
guys?
biggest horror movie fan. He might even be bigger than I am. He knows a lot of the more obscure movies. But we're here talking about Friday the 13th and its game as well. So I never really got into it. So tell me more a little bit about the Jason character.
So, the Jason character, I'll tell you his backstory and where he is now. So, Jason Voorhees, his mother was kind of cuckoo, like, say, Karen. So, I remember she sent him to a Camp Crystal Lake.
Didn't they like open the camp though? Wasn't that like their camp?
Yeah, it was like a camp where a whole bunch of kids went to. So, Jason, I think he had cancer. I remember seeing that I've seen the first two movies. I don't know a lot about it, but in the game.
Wasn't he like deformed though?
Yeah, he was like, he was bald. He was really bald, and he was deformed. So he got bullied a lot for it. And I remember it saying in the Pamela tapes in the video game saying that he had cancer and he got bullied for it. So it's messed up, man. So
yeah, and I'm sorry to interrupt you. Didn't Pamela say in the first movie that while the counselors were having sex, they basically let him drown?
Yeah, they basically let him drown while they're doing their thing. So what happened was he was terrified of water, so what they would do, they would bully him and traumatize him, push him in water, and then bring him up. So while they were bullying him, the two campers or like the leaders, they were doing their thing up in the back room, and while he was getting bullied, but this time the bullies left him in the water and then he drowned. And then I think it was like 20 years later, 30 years later, a whole bunch of teenagers went to the park. He comes out and just murders all of them and just.
Yeah, and that leads into the sequel.
Yes.
After his mom gets decapitated.
Or actually, no. He drowns, and then the movie, Pamela Voorhees was pissed off. So I think a couple years later, after she died, her son died. She went crazy and went to Camp Crystal Lake and murdered everyone, and then she ended up getting decapitated. I forgot how, but she ended up getting decapitated, and Blaze, I'll let you finish that off.
Yeah, she got decapitated, and then to my recollection, the person that survived that whole experience got like on a boat somewhere, and then woke up there, and then there was a scene where he came out of the water, and then that led into like the other sequels.
Yeah, so he basically came out of the water, jumped onto her boat, and then I think it ended with her screaming, and then the movie ended. So the sequels, the movies were good. It's just I never got the interest. Just like Blaze, we didn't really want to like.
To me, Jason was always just this zombie that just killed.
He looks like a zombie.
He was just this zombie dude.
Wears a mask, a hockey mask, and just goes around killing people.
Yeah, he always just killed people
for no reason, but just.
Although the older, like the newer stuff, like as the movies went on, they started getting more goofy in the same realm that like, Scream and
especially with
Chucky did.
With the 2009 Friday the 13th, that one was like the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. And I know people might say that it was good, but I hated that movie. It was so boring.
The one movie that
there's no good scenes of Jason like really killing people. There's only like 3 scenes of like good deaths, but that's it.
Yeah. The one Friday the 13th movie that I watched actually wasn't like Jason's own movie. He shared it with Freddy Krueger. That movie was awesome, the way it was written.
Yeah, Freddy vs. Jason was a great movie, man. Like, I love that movie. It was such well written. It was just great movie, great graphics, great everything.
And the whole dynamic of like Freddy like wanting everybody to remember him because he's sort of becoming this obscure character. And so then he gets Jason to go kill people so that people would think that he's back. But then Jason didn't stop killing people, and that led into their whole fight at the end of the movie.
He just got really jealous over Jason because he was like stealing all those kills, basically. So, and
the video game.
You know what they should make? They should make a Jason versus Michael.
That would actually be cool because they both have the same powers basically.
Yeah, basically they both can teleport. They both are really fast somehow. Michael walks and he can you could be in a car and you'll catch up to you. They're both they can't die. Literally, I see Michael Myers get decapitated and he still came back to life. Freaking Jason drowned and I think he got decapitated. Remember
there was one.
Yeah, Freddy vs. Jason. He got decapitated and he's still alive.
I think in Jason, I don't remember which one this is. I think it's 4: A New Beginning. But in that one, Jason goes against this girl who has telekinesis, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And he spends the beginning of the movie underwater, and he actually breaks out of a coffin, and then comes up out of the water.
One of the stupidest Jason's movies is the two ones that I hate was Jason. I think it's Takeover Manhattan or Jason Manhattan or something. Where he's in New York and he just terrorizes him. It's so stupid. It goes from Camp Crystal Lake where it should be and goes all the way to freaking New York.
Manhattan. What about the space one? I heard that movie. I heard that movie was shit.
Good. The space one was pretty good. I watched that one on Halloween. It was pretty good. The space one was pretty good.
A lot of people said that the Jason design was cool, but at the end of the day, it was kind of.
And the other good one that I watched was I think it was the Fire Jason one where
he goes to hell.
Yeah, he goes to hell basically, and then I remember he died because. So in the beginning of the movie, when that happened, it was this girl that went to Camp Crystal Lake, and it was a setup basically. It was cameras around trying to catch Jason, and so she's going in the shower, and then it was fake. And then Jason comes, she's running, and then she brings Jason to the spot where all the army people were there, and then it shows Jason get murdered. So once he gets murdered, he goes to an autopsy, and then his heart's there, and then I think the guy who does the autopsy, the doctor, I think he took some of his blood or replaced his heart with Jason's heart, and then he turned to Jason, and then I think it was a disease that passed to everyone, and everyone turned to Jason basically, and then I think they all, I don't remember, but that's what basically happened for that movie.
What about the video game? I heard that the video game also expands on this.
Oh yeah, well. The video game has multiple so Friday the 13th the game has Camp Crystal Lake and counselors basically. So counselors.
It's the same sort of dynamic as Dead by Daylight has.
Yeah, basically yeah. Dead by Daylight's a horror game just like this game. So basically it's just you try to survive, try to escape with a car, boat, cops, and so there's multiple Jasons from every movie, and there's some that are limited edition, you get in a certain time, and like I said, the Fire Jason movie where he goes to hell was in that game for a limited time, so that was a really big deal. I remember playing that game when it came out limited time in 2017. It was so hard to get, it was so rare and stuff. It was crazy.
I think didn't that Jason also have some kind of pitchfork?
Yeah, it had a pitchfork. Spear? It had a pitchfork and it was on fire. And literally you could get it on Amazon for $150. That was the price I remember. Mm-hmm. It was very expensive and rip off, so I would have bought it for a normal Jason pack. I remember one Jason pack came out and it was $5. That pack should have been $5, but it was only limited time. It was $100. It was rip off. And
the game is, to me, I think it's kind of dated. I think they could re-flesh out the game with all the better graphics they have nowadays. Considering the game came out quite a while ago.
No, we should talk about the pros and cons about Friday the 13th. Talk about that. You want to start with that?
I mean, sure. I don't like the fact that
wait.
It's so easy.
Do you want to be pros, or do you want me to be the cons, or do you want me to do pros and
I mean, I don't know how to put this. I mean, I will just stick with the pros, the more positive side of it.
Yeah, I'll stick with both. Okay, cons of this game. The stupidest thing about this game, literally, we just went over this me and Blaze. And the host. If the host gets killed and gets pissed off, he can just leave, and the game's done. Everyone gets kicked out of the game. The host can just leave, and everyone gets kicked out of the game. So dumb, and it's so annoying, and plus lag and glitches.
We just finished up a game where a person literally was about to get killed by Liam, and they quit.
Yeah, they just left, and they were apparently the host. And yeah, and it's super glitchy, and there's a lot of glitches, and it's annoying. It gets annoying. In the pros, Blaze, how about you list off the pros about the game?
I think some of the pros are, I think that the gameplay is decent enough that even if you're new to the game, you won't really encounter Jason until halfway through the match, because the maps are so massive. as you can go to different campsites and, encounter Jason and other survivors. And I think that dynamic is pretty cool. Also, you have the dynamic of working with your teammates to survive and escape Jason.
Yes. So, we're going to be with this series me and Blaze are going to start, it's going to be what did you call it again?
It's going to be called slashercast. Yeah, that's what.
Slashercast. So we're just going to be talking about old horror movies and maybe some recent horror movies, some different movies. We're going to start maybe 3 or 2 playlists about Marvel, comedy, stuff like that you guys may want to be hearing. So.
But anyway, that brings this Friday the 13th chapter of the Slashercast to an end. Yeah. If you guys want to see any more horror movie characters, you want to see us expand into other franchises, let us know in the future. This is the Prince of FNAF and Liam Sterling signing off.